Hi, this is Kimarie Machinga talking to you today about how to relieve stress in 3 simple steps. So I want to talk about energy. Everything around us is made of energy. We're made of energy. This conversation is energy. The table is made of energy. Different interactions that we have, you can feel it in your body. As a matter of fact, when you walk into a room, you can feel, does that fill you up? Does it make you feel inviting, or does it really start to shut you down? So the only difference is that they're all vibrating at different vibrational frequencies. And anger is an energy, joy is an energy, but they vibrate at different levels. So the concept of you cannot solve a problem in the energy it was created comes from the fact that we're vibrating at wherever your frequency is what keeps continuing to mirror your vibration. It's very interesting because we a lot of times don't realize that we're bringing towards us the very thing that we want to deflect, right? It's like whatever you resist persists. That's what's going on. So we have three steps to go through today, okay? But we want to talk about where we are. So if you start to feel a pang in your body, like somewhere in your body you just feel off, like somebody said something to you or did something to you, like you're in the supermarket and someone is really rude to you and you don't understand why. You might feel unimportant, you might feel judged, you might feel just frustrated, and then maybe things to go through your head like, gosh, why does everybody do that to me? Why don't other people have to deal with the stuff I have to deal with? And then you start feeding that, right? So all you're doing is like marinating in this energy, and there's no answers in that energy. There's only that story that we tell ourselves. And so what we want to do is take the 3 breaths, right? We always want to start by pausing. So you just take 3 big breaths through your belly, right? So you put your hands on your belly, inhale, hold your breath, fill your belly with air, exhale, release, pull your belly into your spine. Another deep breath, inhale, fill your belly with air, exhale, release. One more to get yourself grounded. Inhale, hold your breath. Exhale, release. Now you're in the present moment. From this place, you're already pausing and you're already starting to examine what's going on. What am I feeling? What am I feeling in my body? I'm feeling bullied maybe, or unimportant, right? So what's really going on? And then what is the story that you tell yourself? That everyone treats me this way, that I'm not good enough to be treated better, that I must deserve it, or that you're responsible for everybody's reactions. Like, those are the stories that we tell ourselves. And those stories are debilitating. They can literally take you out of the game, and they can cause separation between people that is unnecessary. So just to start with, I'd like to say that I come from a couple of strong beliefs. Number one, 99.9% of all discord is misunderstandings and miscommunication. That's my belief. Okay, so with that belief, I also come to the fact that there are no sides, right? There is no out there. There is no you're wrong, I'm right, right? There's always 2 sets of feelings and a miscommunication or a misunderstanding on what each person is seeing. So if I were to point outside and say, wow, that's a beautiful purple sky, and you're looking outside going, that's not, no, it's not purple, it's blue. And I'm saying, well, no, it's purple. And we just ping, ping, ping back and forth. I might feel invalidated. I might feel frustrated. I might feel like judging them, and they might be feeling judged. They might be feeling frustrated and invalidated as well, right? And so in that space, there is no solving the problem, because you're both in that same energy. I need to show you, I need to show you, I need to prove I'm right, I need to prove I'm right. And then there's just a lot of frustration, right? And so how do we get out of that? Okay, so let's start with some of the emotions that we feel. Okay, so some emotions are love, joy, peace, and freedom. And I think those are the ones we strive for, all right? And then we have blame, we have frustration, we have discouragement, anger, depression, shame. Those are the ones that we're usually in when we're in some kind of a conflict, okay? So how do we shift from the belief that they're judging me or they're making fun of me or they're just pressing my button. They just love to find my button and press my button, right? So that's what the town idiots in our head want to tell us. They want to tell us that, they're going out of their way to frustrate me, right? And if we give a little bit of benefit of the doubt, so that's the first thing we want to do, right? So we pause and then we start to examine it. Okay, so if I believe that 99.9% of all discord, and just play with me on this. If you don't 100% believe it, just play the game. Just try it out, okay? So if you come from that belief that 99.9% of all discord is a miscommunication or misunderstanding, then the only thing you have to do is get to the bottom of what that misunderstanding or miscommunication is. So now, immediately, you're coming in from a different energy, okay? So you're coming from, why did you do that, to, what makes you feel that way, right? So what makes you feel that way is like, I want to know, I want to understand, I want to get into your shoes and see from your angle, maybe from looking at this angle, if I look at the sky, there's a piece of purple. Wow, I didn't see that. I was over here and that tree was in the way. So how cool is that we both get to, have our feelings, have our experience, and being right is pretty lonely, right? It's not a play, it's not necessary. Your feelings are still valid, right? But you really want the peace and harmony that comes with it. So how do we do that? The first thing we do to bridge from all of these low vibration, negative emotions right here is to bring them up to the positive, where you're going to attract all of these things. Because right now, the only thing you're going to attract in this energy is more of this. So if you're here for any length of time, you will continually bring back that energy. If you stub your toe and then you start have frustrating comments, and then you walk out the door and then you snap at somebody, and then you complain at how you had an argument, and you're just continuing that energy. So the quicker that you can catch it and shift this vibration, the more you're going to bring things that are joyful and harmonious, okay? And so how do we do that? First thing we do is give the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so believing that 99.9% of all things are miscommunication and misunderstanding, you're already lifting your vibration, because you're already not a victim anymore. It's just, I'm seeing it from a different angle. Let me see how I can shift that angle. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is shift your mindset. Believe it or not, just that alone is going to shift your energy. So now air is starting to come between all of these things in your body, okay? And it's starting to air out, okay? The next thing you want to do is be inquisitive. Being inquisitive is different, again, than questioning. Why did you do that? How come you did that to me? Well, I don't know why you're saying that. Those things are going to get you more of the persistent. If you're resisting what they're saying, they're going to persist, right? It's just going to be, I'm right, right? So coming from a different angle, well, let me see how you see that, or show me what you're seeing, right? Or coming from a place of, what makes you think that way, right? So now the tone is different. You're coming from a place of, teach me, I want to know. now the other person feels validated. They feel they've disarmed, right? And you've disarmed because you're coming from a different energy, right? So you really want to know, you really care. And so now you're giving them the opportunity to explore that more, okay? And then a couple of other things that you can do if you can't get there right away is just come from a place of gratitude, okay? So I'm really excited that I'm getting to learn something today. Just start thinking about things that you are grateful for. That's another way to shift the vibration up. And then appreciation is again, things you're grateful for, and then things that you appreciate about that person, about anything. You can actually think about things in your life to kind of shift your vibration. But to shift it between a conversation with the other person, the best way is to give them the benefit of the doubt and be inquisitive. If you're dealing with an issue on your own, you can do it again with those tools, but then also to use gratitude and appreciation, just to start to, okay, the energy's shifting, and it's bringing you up to be able to see things from a different place. Okay, and then the last part is go back to the story that you told yourself. So at the beginning, you told yourself a story. I'm going to give you an example. I had friends recently that were new friends that we had a deep connection with, and they were going to stay at my home, and we were all on this amazing retreat together, and they were supposed to drive me to the airport the next morning. And so they had said that they couldn't because last minute, like 15 minutes before they were supposed to be there to pick me up first thing in the morning, they couldn't because they had to do yoga first. And I thought, I felt abandoned, I felt not important, I felt disposed of, I guess the main thing, not valuable. I mean, every bit of the things that go through my body that has happened how many times in my life before? Because the one thing about this is it's usually a pattern. It's your button, right? So it's a core belief that's within you, right? And so that brought all that up for me. And I'm thinking, well, I can't even, say, okay, you know what? They're not going to take me to the airport. I don't have to be friends with these people. Or they must not be giving people, or they must not see me as valuable, so I just will stay away from them because they were coming to my house and staying at my house. I actually had to face it. And the thing is it would have been really sad if I didn't get forced to face it, because a lot of the things we tell ourselves aren't the truth. So I talked to a couple of friends and I cried, and I just felt like, why do I have to face this? Why again do I have to feel like I'm not valuable, I'm not important? And they said, I really understand how disappointed you are, and I really understand how frustrated you feel right now, but how does that make you not important? That's not the truth. And that's where the third piece is. The stories that we tell ourselves are from programming that we have that's unconscious within us. Those are the things we work on here at Journey Within, is to get to the unconscious beliefs that we have that actually drive our actions and our everyday world. And they show up as mirrors in other people.